I'm coming from the royal family. Mkhwanazi Samuel. Mkhwanazi is the first person to come in this region of here in KwaZulu-Natal in the 18th century. The person who was coming was Veyane. Usually was coming from Swaziland, so across the board and the rivers. He was the first person who was getting replaced by nearby people and then it's going over the Toba area. So, to come about the history of this area, especially from my side, I'm a person who wasn't going to attend school. My father was having the curtains. I was looking after the curtains. After that, I was one of our neighbor was taking me because he was seeing I was doing a very good job and I was a person who respected. He was asking me to my father, it's better I need to take that guy to teach him how to drive the car so that I'm going to employ him to drive the taxis. By that time it was 1980. I was starting to drive the taxis in 1981 until 1992. 1988, I was involved to my uncle, who was leading the people who was living in the Dugu forest. I remember, yes, 1980, or it was 1988, was leading the people who was living in the Dugu forest. But the old government, by that time, was busy moving people in the Dugu forest because they said they want to protect the environment or indigenous forest. When I've been asking why, because people was living in this area since 1902. They wasn't destroying the forest. They said now the people they started to destroy the forest. So now the Dugu forest is one of the biggest forests in South Africa. So was having the big fighting between the government, the police, and also with the communities. So, my father, by that time, he was a leader of the parliament of KwaZulu-Natal. So I came to help the people who live in the Dugu forest. They were started to negotiate, talk to the government. They mustn't move people, they mustn't take people to the jail. They must negotiate because the time they move people in the forest, they wasn't compensate with another land. It was just take people and dump where the government want to put them there. So they were started in 1990 to negotiate now about the land, because now people they fighting for the land. Why? Because every time in this area it's raining. It's not same like Matuba. Matuba is no rain, it's dry area. So people, they cry for that. That's why they want to come back to their own land. So government was compensated with this land. That was 1992. So people came here in 1992, 15 January. By that time, this area was called by Dugu North. So because of in 1990, people was boycotting on the road. So every time if we need a donation to do something in the area to the visitors, if they're visiting St. Lucia, they said, hey, we don't want to talk about people of Dugu, they're just destroying everything. The leaders, my uncle was thinking it's better to change the name, that means Cultural Village, where we've been started. The time we move, people, the first thing move people in the forest, as I mentioned that, I was asked why. They said because the visitors, they used to come in this area to see the environment, because there's no other places we've got a huge environment like Dugu. I was asking how to do that. Can I do that? And how? Because I need even me to entertain the people, to take the people to come and visit the Cultural Village, or to show them the history of the Dugu and the history of the Mkhwanazi's family. As I mentioned that I'm coming from the royal family. One of the lady, the name was Leslie Walters, was telling me, oh, to you it's easy because you're coming from the taxi drivers. First, we have to apply the carry permit to take the people from St. Lucia and show them the area. I was taking the tour, the lady asking me, she helping me to take me to visit all the people who did accommodation, the people who left to the forest, to the parks. I was visiting to see how people did doing the job. When I was deciding to come to build the round house. So the people, if they don't want to stay by St. Lucia, they must come to stay together with us. After they said, no, I must now, because I heard that there's a Dumazul Cultural Village and Shagaland Cultural Village and other Beguzul. I was taking my car to visit, to see how people, entertaining people, the tourists. I've gone there, I pay money as I'm a visitor. I see, oh, they telling people all what they telling the tourists, the thing that they're reading in the book, with how the life of the Zulus. So to me it would be easy if I'm building the cultural village, because I won't go to school to read the culture, or that I know our culture, especially the Dugu culture. It's easy to me to tell the people where I've been started to build a cultural village. How to get money? As I mentioned that I was a taxi driver. By that time, there is contractors in this area. By that was Smangaliso and Park, but that time was Department of Water Affairs, DWAF also. Department of DWAF. They was giving us the small jobs. I was taking that profit when I've getting the job to build one house. Taking the profit until, as you see now, it's how it's going. So I registered the business as a Veyane Cultural Village, an international backpacker. It's got an insurance, everything's on the legal things. So my father, he was having 43 wives.
What?
Wives. And also he got 192 children. My father has passed away in 2010, 27 December. He was 89. But he was look young, if you see. Yeah.
How many wives? How many do you have?
I've got 5 wives. So now, in this area, I'm the first person who started that type of business to entertain the people and to do accommodation. But the time when I built the huts, there's another guy that Mr. Goes, I was asking because he was good, he's got money. Said, no, my friend, I'm building the huts for entertaining people. Some of the people, they want something for accommodation. Can you build round house? I've shown him the pictures that I was taking at Kruger National Park. He said, no, I'm going to build something like a motel. So now, let's build something traditionally. I said, no. But on the first time when the huts, I was having 12 huts, he seen that I was getting the volunteer from Walden. By that time was a Green Trust, but now they call Walden Trust. They were staying here for 3 months, group of 30 people. I was putting the tent, I was sitting in the tent. So now people, they were starting to see, to realize that, hey, that words that was said by the Philipp to us, it's working. And then we tell even our community, please, if you've seen the tourists walking in this area, mustn't do anything. Because if you've seen them, they bring the jobs to us, they give money to us, give me bread. And also, they're coming here to build something, all what we want in the area. So So here at Kula, even in the midnight, you can walk the whole area. Although there is small things, like if you just put in cell phones, people they used to steal, those small things. But for car hijacking, car destroying, nothing happens in this area. Don't worry even to lock your car. It's the place that people, they respect the people who visit in the area. Why? Because they see that there's even one thing that was built by the government in this area. All the schools, we've got 2 schools, primary schools and high schools. That is built by the community and also with the tourists. When they come in here, they see the shop of this, they go back into the area. After that, they come and build all what we want. And also we do have preschools. We do 6 preschools, we call crash. All those schools, they're built by the volunteers, built by the tourists. So, something like that. By that time, when my uncles passed away, in Kosi, that was the brother, he seen that the person who was working near to our uncle was Philipp, and the person who was active to working for free was Philipp, was appointing me to continue to lead this area. I've been started to lead this area in 2004 until today. Even to the politics, by that time politics was going like this. When I take him to lead the area, I called all the politicians who lead in the parties in this area. I said, now I'm a leader of you. I need you to respect one of another. If you have your own meeting or mass meeting of your party, I don't want to hear any words to what in Zulu, Tuga. Yes, to another leaders, to respect another leaders. And 2, there is one place, all your parties, they must come to make imbizos in this hall. Not in the bush like before, not in the homestead of the person like before, only one spot. If there is another leader, you have to, only what you have to do done to me, bring the what is called the plan. How many meetings per month? How? And the person who sent it, like said, AMC, if they said by that date I'm going to do the meetings, other parties must come and see these dates and to put another date. And other they must. If there's maybe the leader will want to come by the date that was appointed with another person, that person must step down to give a chance to other people. So everything was under control. Very nice. So now because now there's another accommodation there. Kukulamandlovu and Komtandayo, and we was asking the money to build the information center, as you see this new structure over there. There's other people who doing the tours in the area and another accommodation in the area. So because they've seen that there's no factory in this area, our factory is to attract more people to come in St. Lucia, where we're going to get the business. So this area is like tourist in Chanshi. In 1998, there was a concession was issued by the KZN Wildlife to put the boat on the lake. I was one of the person who was applying when I've seen that. Unfortunately, I wasn't get the chance to put the boat. But even when we are in the meeting with all the members of the tourists, the business owners, I said, I'm getting, if one day I can put a boat on the lake, I think I would say, God blessing me very much. Because this lake is our lake. So now it's only other people, I don't say, I won't, let me shoot them up. Only they operating in St. Lucia. But we need those chances. Although we do take people to the game parks, but the marketing is difficult. So only people who are doing that job very good, people from St. Lucia, to take the people to the park, because we're lacking on the marketing. In 2010, yes, 2010, Ismangaleso was issuing the tender again to put the boats on the lake and the open vehicle to the park, to the game reserve. I was seeing that on the email and also to the papers. I was called a special meeting all to the members of a tourism association. I said, hey guys, there is an opportunity. There is 3 boats for the people who was disadvantaged. There is 10 vehicles for the people, poor people. Let's go for it. We must apply. They must come together to make one co-op to take the boat, the big boat. Or because, hey, where are we going to get money? Where are we going to get money? Just do like this. I was applying the small boat. Lucky, Department of KZN Tourism, they was seeing that, they came to us. Please guys, there is opportunity, take it. They said they've got a voucher if we're going to need a person who's going to fill up the papers and all the stuff. I went there with a guy, Sipo, and one of the lady to get those vouchers. I took that voucher, they showed me, hey, only what we're using people who in own database. If I said, I've got a person who's going to do the business plan for me, I said, no, because it's not in our database, they won't take it. They showed me one of the guys in Rochas Bay. I went to meet the guy in Rochas Bay. When I'm talking about the boat things, I said, hey, I'm talking about another thing that he doesn't know. And I said, I'll come back to you. I take the voucher and take it back to KZN Tourism. Said, no, thank you for your support. The person who was appointed, it doesn't know about the tourist things, it doesn't know about the something like a boat. So I'm going to try to pay the person who's going to help me. I was put in that tender. In 18 July, I was getting the email saying, hey, your proposal was more successful. Hey, I was happy. But the problem, where am I going to get money now? To put a small boat, the boat is taking 15 passengers. But before that was said, a boat, we have allowed to put 2 boats that just take 10 passengers. I went to Itala, said, no, Itala, there's my business plan. I need 750,000 to buy the boat. And I've done all the research. I won't fail to pay the boat. I'll pay the boat. They said, okay, they agree with me, but they'll give me that 17,000 plus those 750,000. But monthly, if they give it to me, next month I must pay that 17,000. How? The boat, when people they're busy building the boats. Yeah. Because I was lucky because I was having the contract to transport the people that was getting the job by Mangaleso. I was working very much. I was driving myself a truck, because I need money. I was getting altogether, which was 300,000. The money that was collected when I'm driving the truck. I took all that money to give the person who could build the boat. Said, yeah, I got this. Please do this. I'll pay you. The person who was Wangete was trusting me, was finishing the boat, and then asking the people from Cape Town, they sent in the people from Richards Bay to come and test it. It was tested, and it was passed. I was getting the 15 passengers. So my boat was started, I was putting the boat in 18 again December 2010. It was the first day that we were putting the boat on the lake. But that was it, because of my father, this is the place from my father, because I was telling him only what I need. I think I'll be working, it will be like I'm working very much if I can put the boat. Before my father passed away, he was in the boat, you were going to get the boat. For the first day, on the 18th of December, I was go back home, because they are not staying here, they're staying by Matuba. I go there and took all my fathers, all the families that must come to enjoy on the boat.
Thanks.
So I was lucky because of the people, if they're booking to come in Veyane, he said, if you stay by Veyane, I'll give you the discount on the boat. I'll charge you 100 rand instead of 170 per person. I'll charge you 100 rand to go to the boat. I was working very nice and smooth. I've been finishing in 5 months' time. I've paid up the boat and I was putting another boat. Now I've got 2 boats now on the lake. And the second boat I'll be finishing by November. All the storemen starting to get the profit.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
I think this has been really wonderful. You know, I remember Leslie Walter.
Yeah.
The small house. Project. Leslie Walter worked with the community and established a project in the forest. And unfortunately, she passed away some years ago from a lung disease, but she was a fantastic person. And I think she would be very proud to see you today. So I'll say thank you very, very much for sharing your time with us. And we hope to see you again. Everybody be coming back to the army.
As you seen, something is not like this. Because when I'm starting to doing this, I said, no, I must change this. I'm building with the grass. Here it's rain every time. I have to take the money, as we are here today, I have to take money to pay the people because I've got 25 staff. So every month I'm spending a lot. By next time when you come, we won't see that this bushing, because now I've got already the other one by that side. So by this side, I'm going to put a modern house.